Hey, this is Casey Baker. For my screencast presentation, I'm going to show you a program called Nearpod. If you've heard of Nearpod, you know it's great. If you haven't heard of Nearpod, this is a program that's kind of like a presentation program, kind of like PowerPoint, but it is great for students who have the one-to-one devices because it's interactive. So it shows them the material that you would normally show on a PowerPoint, but it has elements in it that allow the students to interact with you during your presentation. I'm also going to try and attempt to show you what it looks like from the teacher's version along with what it looks like to the students. So if you notice on the screen, on the left side of the screen, you should see that this is the teacher's version. This is what it'll look like when you log into your account. And then on the right side of the screen, this is what the students will see when they log in to join a session. So starting on the right, when you log in, you do get a free account, and you can upgrade and pay for an upgraded account, which gives you more space and more access to some of the resources that they have. But you have My Library, Explore, Join, Create, and Report. So I'm going to go over what My Library is first. And then towards the end I'll look at exploring and some reports and talk to you a little bit about Create. So teachers, when you go through My Library, you can store presentations that you've either found when you explored the ones that they had available or the ones that you created. So this is just the ones that I kind of have stored at the moment that I have used in the past. And so for today I'm going to look at one that I created called Light, and you would want the students to join a live session. You can also set it up to be student-paced, but the good thing about Nearpod, in my opinion, is it is teacher-paced if you want it to be. So when I launch this session, the students will log in and join this session, but then they can't move ahead during the presentation. What they see on their device is what I allow them to see until I move to the next slide, so they can't kind of move ahead. So this would be the code that you would give your students, and then they would come into their computers, or it works with computers, it works with iPads, it works with Chromebooks. So they would type in their session ID and join, and then it's going to ask for their name, and they would join the session. So on the teacher's version, you will start seeing students that have logged in. Right now I have one student who is with me down at the bottom here. So they see what I see, and then as I move through my presentation, it moves their presentation as well. So they have to, as I'm talking through it, they have to see what I have up on the screen, and this just kind of allows it to be right there in front of them. Now this is some of the interactive elements. So I've inserted a quiz into the PowerPoint or into the presentation that I've created. So the students would see ready to take a quiz, and they would click let's go, and there are 2 questions. So quickly they would answer the questions. Light is energy that you can see. You'll notice on the teacher's side in just a moment it'll show the answer that I gave. Here's the question 2. And then I would submit. And then on the teacher version, you can see that the student had answered B. In just a moment, there is C that I answered on the second question. And over here, you can see a report or a pie chart that shows that this student got 100% correct. Now, if you had a whole list of students here, you could see as a class what percentage was correct or incorrect, and then you can actually share your results after they have taken a little short quiz, and it'll shoot it out to the students and show them the pie chart as well. And then when you're ready to move on, the teacher simply moves through the PowerPoint, and our next element that I have is a drawing element. And so for this element, it asks to draw a source of light. So I'm just going to quickly see. We'll say that's fire, and then they would submit it and hit yes, and then that will shoot the drawing out to the teacher. Again, if there were multiple students here, you would see multiple drawings. If there was one you really, really liked, you would click on it and you can share it. It'll send it out to the students, and then that gives you kind of a platform that you can discuss if there were multiple students, you could kind of go through and look at each one. The last element that I wanted to show you is a poll. So let me get to it. Oh, this is a web. You can insert video for the students to watch a video within your PowerPoint, and it'll shoot it out to every student to watch separately. They might need earbuds or headphones during this part, but you can insert video into your presentations. This is a collaboration board, so students can write like on a post-it note and stick it onto the board, and everybody can answer, kind of like an exit question that you could put at the end of your presentations. And then here is a poll, and this is the last interactive element that I had put in this presentation. So students would choose their answer, hit submit, and then it's going to give you a result here and then a poll, and you can look at those polls in the pie chart, or you can pick a bar graph, however you would like to present it back to the class and share with them. Now I'm going to look more at the teacher version. That's kind of just the difference between what the teachers see and the students see, and some of the interactive elements that you can use. So I'm going to move this back so you can just see the teacher version and end this session. And again, this is my library, so I'm going to go back to the home, to my first page, and let you see some of the Explore options. In the Explore options, there are tons of different resources that have already been created for you. Some of them are paid and some of them are not, kind of like Teachers Pay Teachers. Teachers can create things and then upload them for others to use. And then some of them are Nearpod presentations that they have added in here. Again, some of these are paid and some of them are free, but there are a lot of options and a lot of different presentations that are available for you to look through. There's virtual field trips, tons of different subjects, so it's just really neat to look and see what they have for you to explore in their resources. Now, another cool feature that I wanted to show you was the reports. And on the reports, when you look at it, you can go back and you can see presentations that you have presented in the past to your class, and you can pull reports from those presentations based on the answers that they gave you. So like on my light presentation, you can see all the dates and times that I have presented that presentation to my class or to my students. And then when you click on a particular day, it will let you see the results from a summary standpoint, or you can look at each of the elements and see what they answered for each of those questions. So there's the poll, the open-ended, the draw, and the collaborate. So that's just nice to be able to go back and pull those reports at a later time. And then as for the create option, again, the presentation that I showed earlier was one that I created, but you can go in and you can create all kinds of different presentations to use in your classroom. It's very easy. You simply add a slide. Another option is to drop in a PowerPoint. If you already have a PowerPoint or a PDF, you can just drag it, drop it in there, and it'll create a slide for each one of those pages. And then you can insert between each of those pages, after you've dropped it in, the interactive elements. So I'm going to quickly show. If you hit add a slide, you can hit add content, so you can add one page at a time from a PowerPoint, from a PDF or a picture. Then you can add your web content. So if there is a web page that you want to add into your slide, or if there's video that you want to add into your slide, this is where you would do it. And then there's the add an activity. And so when you add an activity, you can do so by adding open-ended questions, the poll option, a short quiz, your drawing option, or the collaboration board. They have several different. There's the fill in the blank and the memory test. I believe when you do the paid option, there is some more options that you get with that paid subscription to this website. But I hope you enjoyed looking at Nearpod. It's something that I really enjoy using with my students, and they really enjoy using it as well in class. It keeps them engaged. It's just a way to present the information other than having it up at the front of the board. It's right there in front of them, and they can interact with it. I love this program, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thank you for listening.